coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. To the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Let's go. 60 Eagles. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
Ready,
so
check.
One play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. Here we go. Bronco and Cougar 19.
Going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Tiger, 19 Tiger, 19 Lion, 79 Broncos. Ready?
He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. Look at the big man rumble. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rondé Gadsden, 42 yards. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. Put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Browns nothing.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 19 Cowboys.
And now an audible here into something else. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Moore. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Browns respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out looking to beat that Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd down.
47-yard line.
Go! Panthers hot 70, hot 70. Nineteen tight, 60 Maverick, Warriors 70.
Looking to throw. Moody. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. 2nd year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Rondé Gadsden with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete. Luther Burden. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Check mash. Check mash. Let's go.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he's going to have a Browns first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Pass complete. Rome Odunze. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now again, right side. Moore. And he stopped immediately there. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 19 tight. 19 tight.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after here coming up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
70 Lions. Ready. Cougar 19. Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 Pioneer. Trap 60. Trap 60. Let go.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
13 yards.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Operating from the gun. Moody. Now we'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Okay, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
77, let's go.
Now again, right side, Sampson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Come on, set. Like, smash, hurt. Street. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. They got it. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Felton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Down the right sideline. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. They'll run on 1st down. gets more. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Pass caught by Burden. So giving 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now again, right side. Moore. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
1st and goal, Cleveland.
19 Lions.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
19 tight. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. Moody. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And now we get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Territory, he coughs up the football, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Well, they've got to be sick over that opening kickoff. They get the ball, hoping to go down and score, and just like that, they cough it up. The other team scores.
So much for the best laid plans. The offense spent all their time in the locker room at halftime, plotting, getting the ball back, taking it downfield, and putting 6 points on the board. I just wonder, do they have a 12-point drive in them now? What a way to start the half.
All changed in the blink of an eye. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone. For a touchback here. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Hurt. Right there, hurt.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Moore. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to throw now on first down. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about,
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dylan Sampson, 87 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking of redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Usually the big fella is a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Go check. Go check. Here we go. Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter to play. This is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are back within a score. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion.
19 tight. Not Panther 11. 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
They'll try and throw for it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Still just a 2-score game in the 3rd quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
On first down, Sampson. Down to the 41.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Ready? Panther 60. Panther 60.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Buffalo 18. Warriors 70.
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Back to throw. Moody. Robinson's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Let's go now. 60 Vikings. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Come on, come on. 7, Viking, 18.
Off play action. Moody. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Ready. Viking, 18.
Sampson will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here, because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Steelers 42, Browns 27.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the jump.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
18, 18, run.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got this complete to Burden. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. 4th quarter, every drive so critical. You figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10.
Cut 19.
Back to throw again. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Top low, 18.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st down, Sampson. He's able to force his way through 1 man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
19, 18, 70, Timberwolves.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dylan Sampson sending his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Aubrey now for the point after. Opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Steelers 49, Browns 27.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll look to throw here on first down. McKinnon is complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. Shedding the tackle. It's just a game of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Mustang 19.
They'll drop the throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 19 tight, 19 tight. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your team, know you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 19 Tiger. 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go win him. Go win him. Go.
Looking to throw. Moody. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go. 18, right here.
From the gun on 3rd down. Moody. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And first down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging.
It's caught inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
And the Browns first down. A gain of 59 yards. And the
Back to
Browns
throw.
first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Here's the score. Steelers 56. Browns 27.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he loses the football a second time. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. This has just really been a solid second half for them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now he's got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
63. Browns 27.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the goal line. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. An impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive. Here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Aubrey now for the point after. And now it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
And get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
The Browns Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
85 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. He brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Buffalo 18. 19 Lions. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Cowboy 80, 79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19, shot 50, shot 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6.